Sukant Kadam had a solid end to 2021. First, he won the gold at the Para Badminton International in Uganda, and after that, the world number 4 continued his great run and won a gold in the SL4 category at the 4th National Para Badminton Championship. The ace shuttler defeated world number 2, Tarun Dhillon, in 3 grueling sets to win the title. Sukant, who missed the Paralympics by a whisker, in an exclusive conversation with NNIS Sports said, "Definitely, winning the national championship was in my bucket list since a long time, and I was struggling a bit against the few Indians, but this time I managed to beat all of them, and I'm so happy to clear the barrier, and now I am the national champion." Winning a gold medal at Uganda Para Badminton International 2021, take us through that moment and how special it was.
Definitely, it was very special for me. It was almost after 2 years I got a gold in an international tournament, and due to COVID, there was very less tournament happening, and I'm fortunate enough to, end international tournament 2021 in the way that winning the gold at Uganda and winning the gold at national championship.
You continued your great run and won gold in the SL4 category at the 4th National Para Badminton Championship. Your thoughts?
Definitely, winning the national championship was in my bucket list since long time, and I was a bit struggling in the against few Indians, absolutely, but this time I managed to beat all of them, and I'm so happy to clear the barrier, and now I'm a national champion.
How do you see Tarun Dhillon as an opponent?
He's a very good friend of mine. He's a very good player. I think he has started before me in the SL4 category. Absolutely, he's a very skillful player, and we really like to play each other. And I'm happy enough to win against him first time ever. So yes, absolutely, he's a very nice player.
Year started on a great note for you in Dubai, but the disappointment of not qualifying for the Paralympics would have been hurting. So bouncing back with a gold would have made a little better.
Yes, I'm happy with the performance. In Dubai also I performed really well, but unfortunately I couldn't play my game in the finals at Dubai. But I'm so happy to finish the year with the two golds, and there's a lot of tournaments in 2022. So I'm really hoping to start on a positive note of these two gold.
2022 is the big year, Asian Games and World Championships and other big tournaments. How are the preparations going on?
The preparation is in full phase actually. After national championship, I'm taking a small break to stay with my family because we usually don't get so much of time here with our family. But after national championship, I wanted to stay with my family, spend some time with them, and definitely I'll resume my training in first week of Jan, and there's a 2 month period where we can train really hard and then start our international circuit.
What did you learn from the heartbreak of not qualifying for the Paralympics?
I learned so many things. I cannot explain each and every, but the biggest learning was to keep going whatever happens with you. Sometimes you failed, sometimes you got success, but it's all about time, and time is the biggest answer for all situations. I think when I wasn't qualified, I was so depressed, and I wasn't able to think of new tournaments or new, I wasn't able to pick up my racket. But eventually, after spending some time with my family, I just realized that it's not a ending, and there is a lot of things I can fight for. And definitely, then the next thing came up in my mind was Paris 2024 is just 3 years away. So ultimately, I have started training for that, and the small targets like Asian Games, World Championship.
What is the reason behind you pursuing badminton as a full time career?
It wasn't a plan. I started playing with the state and national level tournaments. I got few good results, and then I started working on myself to be represented as an international. So this is a basically journey. There was no dreams and all. I started with a very small dream of representing our country, and now I almost close to 50 international medals. So I cannot explain that this is the main reason I started playing badminton as a professionally, but absolutely, there was a small success, and there was small motivation I got, and that's why I picked up badminton as a full time career.
What challenges did you face at the beginning of your sports career? How did you overcome those challenges?
Challenges there are definitely every athlete has to face that kind of a challenges. For in my case, I was a bit struggled to get a good infrastructure because being an engineering college, it was very difficult for me to get good infrastructure, good coaching, and all. But I'm so happy I got connected with the Nikhil Kanekar Badminton Academy. There I met my Gole sir, and these people trust me a lot. They gave me an dream of Tokyo, and eventually these kind of things. Whenever other people start trusting you, these kind of things where you think that I yes, definitely I can do these kind of things. And the biggest struggle was getting into a full place international circuit, because there was a time people used to play 2 or 3 international tournaments per year, but now you can imagine there are 10 12 tournament per year, and we have to play all that tournament because if you want to maintain your international ranking. So that was the biggest challenge, understanding international circuit, representing myself at that level. That was the biggest challenge, but definitely all the senior players and all the our government authorities has helped a lot to achieve that.
How did COVID lockdown affect your game?
I think COVID gave us on a positive note. Actually, we don't get so much of time to train ourselves. I will say definitely the initial phase was very bad for us because we were not able to came out of home, staying inside home and keeping our fitness, physical health stronger is a very difficult task for us. But eventually we got few opportunity to train in nearby our stadiums, and that time gives me work on my mental skills. That time, because that was like almost 2 years, and that time I used to work on my mental skills, work on my learned a lot of things. I started video analysis of my game, and that time was huge, so I use it in a positive side to you know to make myself better, and that is helping me a lot now, because you can see the Uganda, you can see national championship, and I'm very confident on the upcoming tournaments also. So that time gives me a good period of training to work on myself, and I'm so glad that I use in that way. But absolutely, in the initial side, the COVID was so effective that we couldn't ever able to play the badminton for almost 3 months.
What's your next tournament? How is your preparation like? And is there any difference in how you prepare for singles or doubles?
Actually, our upcoming tournaments will start from first week of March. We are starting with the Spanish level 2 tournament, and immediate after that, in the second week of March, there is a level 1 tournament of Spanish. So these are the nearest tournament for us right now. And the preparation aspects, we are planning to go abroad, because this is a 2 month period and we want to go and get some international exposure and prepare ourselves a little in the international atmosphere. So we are planning to go in Spain, where we can train ourselves much better, and this is the time we can utilize for the 2022 circuit, because if you can see the tournaments, it starts from March and it will end in the December. And there are very big tournaments like Asian Para Games and World Championship. So we have no time, like we have very less time in between the tournaments to train. But these 2 months are very important to train for 2022, and we are planning in such a way that these 2 months will help us in all remaining months to we can come up with the good skills, we can come up with new ideas to play, because we cannot every time play with the same technique and same mindset. So that's our plan, and hopefully we can make it.
On Pramod Bhagat.
So Pramod Bhagat is such a legend. He's a legend, and he had made an history becoming the first gold medalist in a badminton ever. And he has a wonderful experience of almost 20 years in the badminton and para badminton. And definitely, he's the biggest, you know, biggest. I have no words for him, but definitely he had made a good path. And he has shown us very good things in a way, and he's guiding all para badminton players through their dreams. And definitely, he's a very down to earth guy. He can give you any idea about your career from where you can go up, because he has struggled a lot, and now he is coming up with his new thoughts and all these things. So definitely the national championship he organized was a next level. No any para badminton athlete has ever seen this kind of a tournament. So definitely he's a historical man, and definitely he will every time will make our country proud.
On his roadmap for Paris 2024.
Paris, like we have new things has been introduced in international circuit, is a level 2, level 3, and level 1. So this kind of circuit is the first time happening for us, and we want to grasp that techniques and such a level tournaments. And once we got to know how things go in the circuit, that's the main preparation, because in the qualification also we have to go through the same ranking system. And these are my initial, I will say this is a pre planning for Paris 2024 is a 2022 international circuit. But absolutely, in a 2023 there is a qualification, and world championship is also there. So I want to go by step, like Asian Para Games, World Championship, and then again 2023 is World Championship and the qualification. These are the roadmap, and these are the small targets are currently in my mind for 2024 Paris.